What is up, YouTube? Zen Rahman. Today, I'm going to be talking to you guys about 5 tips that will help you maintain muscle while you're trying to cut, while you're trying to lean down. And not a fitness trainer, or nutritionist, or dietitian. I'm only telling you what I think, and you're not supposed to believe anything I say, and you can believe what you want. Okay, so we're coming into the summer months now, and a lot of you would be trying to cut. You would want to lean down, get that summer beach body look, or whatever makes you happy. And in this process, your body might get into a catabolic state, okay, where you might be in a position to lose muscle because you would be getting into a calorie deficit. Of course, if you're trying to lean down, and the tips I'm talking about today, they will help you maintain most of your muscle while you're trying to lean down. And I've done a video earlier talking about why your body might resist muscle gain. So you can check that out. I'll add it to the end screen to this video. It will give you a better idea about why your body might go into a catabolic state when you're trying to cut down. Okay, so let's get into it. What are some things that you can do to ensure that you're keeping all your gains? Okay, your hard work isn't really going to waste. All the hard training and eating on point that you have put together so that you can gain the muscle that you have. You don't really want to lose it, because the more muscle you have, the more aesthetic you would look at the end of your cut. Okay, so the first point I want to talk about is having enough protein. Okay, so even though you would be taking your calories down, trying to get into a calorie deficit, you don't really want to cut down on your protein intake. Okay, the calories that you take away, you primarily want these calories to be coming from carbs. Okay, so that is the primary macronutrient you want to cut down on when you're on this cut, and keep your protein constant. Okay, I would suggest a gram of protein per pound of lean body weight. And I've done enough videos talking about protein and how much protein you should have, and different protein sources, and any questions that you might have about protein, or even how it helps you build muscle, retain muscle, and why it is important. I am sure you can find it in the videos that I've done. I'll add a playlist to the end screen to this video where you'll find all the videos that I've done talking about protein. So if you want, you can check that out. And that is the first point I want to make, is you want to make sure you're having enough protein on your cut. Now, this brings me to point number two, which is that you want to have enough calories on your cut. Okay, now, like I've said before, of course, you want to be in a calorie deficit when you're trying to cut down. Okay, your calorie deficit would be the primary driver of your weight loss or fat loss that will help you get that lean look that you're aiming for. And you don't really want to take your calories down too low, okay, because you want to have enough energy to be able to train hard and feel all right. So you want your deficit to be 10 to 20% of your maintenance calories. Okay, any deficit that is more than that is not really healthy. And again, you don't want to lose a lot of weight too fast. You might be losing a lot of muscle in that process. So you want it to be a gradual process so that it is more maintainable, and also so that you preserve a major amount of your gains while you're on this cut. So, like I said, don't get into more of a deficit than 10 to 20% of your maintenance calories. If you feel like you need to get into more of a deficit to be able to get to the body fat percentage that you're aiming for, then you want this deficit to come from your cardiovascular training, okay, your cardio. So this brings me to my next point, which is cardio. Okay, so doing more than 45 minutes of cardio a day would put most people in a catabolic state, okay, where you might risk losing muscle. So again, like the calories, you don't really want to overdo the cardio. So try not to exceed that 45 minutes a day mark, okay, and then try and maintain a good deficit with your calorie intake, and all the while not taking either of these things too far into an extreme, because they would not be particularly healthy in terms of how you feel. and also the amount of energy you have, and again, getting your body into a catabolic state where you would risk losing muscle. Okay, so try and be calculative with your calorie deficit, with the amount of cardio that you do, with the amount of food that you're eating, and you don't really want to overdo any of these. Like I said, if you do too much cardio, then you risk putting your body into a catabolic state where you would be losing muscle. Okay, we've talked about cardio. Next up, I want to talk about your weight training. So, you want to be training as hard as you can. Okay, you may not progress in the same way as you would while you're eating at maintenance or in a calorie surplus, because you would be losing body fat, and then you wouldn't really be particularly as strong as you would be in a maintenance or in a surplus where you have a higher amount of body fat. So, you would not be at your strongest. But again, training as hard as you can, that would give your body the stimulus for muscle hypertrophy. So training hard is a big factor into maintaining your muscle and building more muscle. Okay, and maybe if you can train progressively, then you might be able to grow into your cut. Okay, you might be able to build muscle while you're in a calorie deficit. Okay, that might occur. So even though you might not be hitting your PRs and whatever every week in the gym or with your workouts, you still want to train as hard and as heavy as you can. Of course, be safe, warm up, stretch, all that good shit. So you don't want to get yourself injured. Okay, you don't want to tear anything, hurt anything. But again, train as hard as you can so that you give the body that stimulus it needs for muscle hypertrophy and to maintain muscle, to keep your muscle volumized. And that is another tip that you can use to maintain the majority of your gains while you're on your cut. The next step, the last point I want to talk about is amino acid supplements. Okay, so you want to supplement with amino acids, preferably EAs. Okay, and this will give you more protein synthesis and would just overall help you maintain more muscle, more protein synthesis. And I've done videos talking about EAs and BCAs and how they help, how they work earlier. Okay, how they could be a factor in terms of you building muscle, and how they might enable you to train harder and recover better and all that stuff. So I'll add one of those videos to the end screen to this video as well. So make sure you check it out so you have a better idea about EAs and how they would help and how they can be essential in a cut or in any other situation if you train hard and live an active and healthy lifestyle, and you have a goal to build muscle and look the best that you can. So those were my 5 tips that would help you preserve most of your muscle, maintain most of your muscle when you're trying to cut. Like I said, you don't really want to lose the gains that you worked hard for, and these are some pointers that you can apply which would help you maintain your muscle while you're trying to cut, and eventually help you look your best. So we'll end this video at that. Let me know what you thought about these tips. Maybe you can apply it to your program, to your plan, and let me know how it's working for you. Let me know how your fitness journey is going. Leave a comment below. If you're not subscribed to my channel, hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, like it and share it. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.